उमर ने पाक चीन पब्लिक ऑडिट सेमिनार से खिताब किया है, आइए आपसे शेयर करते हैं।
The Auditor General's office, in my opinion, will play a very vital role in the shaping of what we call a Naya Pakistan. And at the heart of it, what is Naya Pakistan? It is simply a rule of law, a transparent way of governance, and an accountability to the people of the nation. I keep on getting referred to as honorable. that title is only bestowed upon me because the people of Pakistan voted. We're sitting in this room and running these facilities because people of Pakistan paid their taxes. And it is our responsibility to try and ensure that that money is spent honestly, prudently, and effectively. And the Auditor General's organization has a vital role to play in that. Frankly, in my opinion, that full potential has perhaps not been utilized so far. And the impact that the Auditor General's reports, which should have in shaping policy making, has not yet happened. And that's something for all of us to collectively work on. But the importance of ensuring fair play, the importance of ensuring that every penny of the people is spent honestly, is borne out no more clearly than by the actions taken by China in the last decade, particularly in the last few years. It's a it will actually dampen growth, and it will not be good for the economy. So here is an economy, and I had the privilege of being in Dalian a few years back, where the Chinese president was speaking. And I remember the words he used. He said, we have been growing at 9.9% per annum for 30 years. That is a staggering amount of growth. But he said we are only beginning to reach the point where we can address the real issues of the people of China. And that's why, despite all this growth, they still felt compelled to run a very, very high profile, very effective campaign. And we were in China recently, and we had dinner with the Vice President, who has been a long-term colleague of President Xi, was apparently in exile, internal exile, and forced labor many years back during the Cultural Revolution with President Xi. And he was sharing with us the steps that they have taken to curb corruption. And it's a lesson for all of us. And I'm sure that Pakistan is strengthening its institutions. And I have a slightly contrarian view to what most Pakistanis say. In my opinion, Pakistan's broad movement towards what it takes for a country to be prosperous, developed, started a few years back. And nations never travel a linear path. You have this choppy movement. Because for me, the core of a 21st century modern national economy is an institution-based and rule-based society. And with the lawyers' movement in the early 2000s, and I know, yes, we don't like some of the decisions taken by the Chief Justice when he got elevated. We may even have question marks about him in person. But forget that. And again, we might have our question marks about the decisions being taken by the current judiciary, or as the executive often is seen to be cribbing about judicial overreach. But I have absolutely no doubt about it that over a long run, Pakistan will be a better place as a result of this independence of the judiciary, and there will be an equilibrium at some point in time where you'll settle down. Similarly, the institutions like the Auditor General's office, them becoming strengthened, being able to exercise their authority and their mandate without political interference, with effectiveness, will lead to a better Pakistan and a better Pakistani economy. enhance the sharing of knowledge with our friends from China is a very good step. Particularly, I was pleased to hear the emphasis on public-private partnerships, because as you might have heard in my first supplementary finance bill, that is going to be a major area for us for financing development of the nation. The fiscal space is limited for the reasons everybody is aware of, and however, we still want to have robust development work going on, and therefore the public-private partnerships will play an important role. We are creating, there is already on paper a public-private partnership authority. We are in the process of advertising and getting a professional and building up that team. So that work will become more and more significant, and therefore if you are paying attention to that from an audit point of view, I think this is very timely, and I'm very glad to hear that. So with that, thank you once again to the Auditor General for inviting me, to our Chinese friends, particularly the Deputy Auditor General. I want to thank them once again for coming over and wish you the best for the exchanges of the couple of days, and I hope there will be a fruitful outcome of these deliberations. Thank you very much.
ऑडिट के इदारे का मजबूत होना माशी तरक्की और इस्तेहकाम के लिए जरूरी है। चीन के ऑडिट निज़ाम ने करप्शन के खात्मे में अहम किरदार अदा किया है। सरकारी फंड शफाफ और दानिशमंदाना तरीके से खर्च करना हुकूमत की जिम्मेदारी है। वजीर खजाना असद उमर पाक चीन पब्लिक ऑडिट सेमिनार से खिताब करते जो आपने मुलाहिजा किया, PTV न्यूज से ये थी ताज़ा तरीन।